I will try to watch the recording.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Did anybody find my mini? Because all I have is like Jim's like mint condition in the plastic.
I don't think Jim cares if you
Open it.
the plastic.
We don't even know if we need a mini.
That's a collector's item! I don't fucking care.
Can't take it out of the packaging.
Alright, if we end up putting down the grid today, I'll
It's
open
out
up
of
Jim's
its original package! Okay, so where you guys left off, you guys actually gotten back together yet, or were you still separate? John?
Yep.
Drax was talking with the...
Drax had just got a little letter of introduction kind of deal.
Right. Well, I had gone to talk to the ranger guy, and he said that he was gonna see what he could do about getting us a meeting with.
Lord Archduke Colberton.
Not Lord Archduke Colberton. Quit adding the Archduke.
He's totally Lord. Well, last time we didn't add the Archduke. Last time
Lord.
we added Lord. This time we're adding the Archduke.
No, he was always Lord Colberton.
No. I mean,
No, we're talking about the other one. He was Archduke.
In the Pirates campaign, he was just Archduke, whatever his name was.
Right.
Chamberlain.
No,
and
he's
we added
Lord.
Lord
Archduke Chamberlain. And he liked it.
So now we got Lord Archduke Colberton, just because we do.
Yes, he might like Archduke. Might give it some points.
Never know. But
You
yes.
might be offended by people claiming the title of Archduke, Allie. I don't know.
I don't really know why.
I don't know. You're all mighty and ooh, I'm a whatever the frig your family name is.
Satin Blade.
Satin Blade.
Yeah, but we're not archdukes. We work for the church, for God's sakes.
claim titles that don't.
Then you'd be archbishops.
There we go, Archbishop.
I think the game may
I'm not high enough to make that
I think
ranking
the
yet.
game may be a little high. Did anybody judge it? Because I'm looking at that, and even at normal voice levels, it's hitting
It's
the edge.
spiking, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Jim's talking all the time.
That's a little better.
That's not what we want.
Jim's talking every time.
That does seem better, yes.
There we go. Now we're not hitting the limits.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Anyhow.
Nick Meow test successful.
Nick just has determined volume is optimal.
I buried the poor sucker who
you
lit
buried.
himself.
You buried.
Meow, where were we, Meow?
All right, now settle in. Jim buried the poor schmuck.
Yep.
Did you come back into the city yet?
Yes, I had.
That's right. You made it back into the city, past the guards who were already alerted to the fact that you were going to be coming through.
Yep.
And didn't harass you for once, and didn't go and wake up poor.
Sergeant McNoney.
It's true, he has no name. He's just the sergeant.
He should get a name.
He has a name, but I don't remember what it is.
Make one up.
It's in here somewhere.
It's Fred.
I have too many files. I'll find it. Where are you?
You need a CRM database on there just to keep track of the NPCs.
What are you doing, Jen?
She's drawing something.
Awesome. Do more.
He's watching you.
Those doodles look sinister.
Are you drawing more Mark rapists?
No.
Mark.
So if we ever
Okay,
get...
you're starting
Let me
to
finish. No.
This is getting degenerative.
No, we're switching his name to Rick. No more dick jokes. It's done.
His name is Rick now?
Yes. Well, his name is Richard, so it can be Rick.
And that's how he rolls.
Oh, damn it! Stop it. Stop. You're bad. I know you're not Batman. You're just a bad man.
Jim's a bad man.
You're a bad man. No.
Anyhow. So what were you guys all doing while Drax was off and Zanian was off?
I was with Drax.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Because we had just come back from the place, and then we went to find
Right.
I was gathering my
found
wares.
Team Awesome Pants.
Yes, gathering your wares.
Team
And,
hooks you back me up against the zealot.
I really don't remember.
Or should I say the other zealot?
This is true.
To change it.
I really don't
Go with it.
What would you like to have been doing?
They're like, well,
She's like, I gained ultimate power.
Yes.
You'd
I
be
stashed the sword really well.
I was
Jen was the bad guy all
I was
along.
studying that tome of arch magic that I found. You know.
And I
This
learned where the
tome
sword
with all
went.
these skulls on it, and it's probably made of human leather.
It says
I read from
Necronomicon.
it.
I read this about how to make a litchi. I don't know what a litchi is, but it sounds awesome.
It sounds delicious.
I need a pot.
Not lychee, it's lychee.
Oh, lychee. That's how it's pronounced.
Yes.
Pronounced.
Delicious lychee.
Pronounced.
Lychee candy is the best candy.
So yes,
Okay, so you guys head back towards. Where did you agree to meet up? You were meeting up back at Sir Ronald's house.
yes.
No.
I wasn't there already. If I wasn't there already.
Yeah, I believe you were already there.
Yes.
Yeah, I think in this world we're going back there to meet up and
Yeah.
You were
Most of
too
us were
busy
back
becoming
there, I
a
think.
doppelganger and getting a berry.
yes.
A Feywild there.
My
Right.
dad's not a bear. I threw it on the ground.
That was close. That was so close.
Because I always wait till he's drinking.
Ah.
Say funny things.
So yeah, so
Clever girl.
Nick has been trying to get pop out my nose for years.
we all
Hasn't
meet
succeeded
back.
since
Yeah.
like grade 9.
So Ray, you successfully managed to loot several candlesticks and whatnot, and
Yeah.
you managed to build an array of
Wares.
reasonable seeming wares
Yeah.
that you are able to. You didn't bring anyone along as a porter for your campaign. I just imagine that's what I was imagining. Like last time was like Ray
You should.
walking around like, "Hey Drax, help me carry some of my wares," and then like the city watch comes by and Ray's just like, "Weep." And all of a sudden Drax is there just holding a bunch of like stolen candlesticks. It's like, no, they belong to the gnome. The gnome.
No, it'd be more like, I seem to have forgotten my key. Drax, can you hold this window open for me? I'll be back in a sec once I get my wares.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody has an intelligence that low.
I don't know. My intelligence isn't exactly high.
What is
Intelligence?
If it's
what is
10,
Drax
you're good.
intelligence?
12.
12.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
Still fine.
You need to be like an 8 for you not to get that.
Still above average.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
Multiply
I
by
don't
10
think
and that's your IQ score, basically.
I don't think anybody has any below 10.
No.
10 is average, so that's 100 IQ and etc.
So forth.
Anyway, so you guys all meet up back at the house of Sir Ronald.
Brave Sir Ronald.
Anyhow, keep going.
You guys meet up
with a cart.
and eventually you guys are hanging about, and Zanian eventually shows up, having buried the corpse of Sir Ronald and the corpse of anonymous roasted dude.
I don't really consider, burying ashes to be too hard. Oh, geez, what did I do? Oh,
Well, did you dig a second grave, or did you just
I dig
pour them in?
I dig 2 graves.
Oh,
What are
there
you
you go.
doing?
Then it's just as hard to bury ashes as it is to bury.
I don't have to dig a 6-foot
Oh.
twice.
You don't dig a full-size grave for the poor
No! He's ashes!
corpseified remains.
He gets a full headstone, but I'm not going to take all that time. Are you crazy?
I thought you guys didn't do headstones.
It's a head sword.
It's his helmet that I brought his ashes in. It's now. Jeez.
Somebody's not
Classy.
going to take that.
Yeah, that's pretty classy there, dude.
It's part of the Avenger way. What do you want?
All right,
Don't
so
judge his religion.
Jim, on the way back, you see several delicious-looking badger on a stick stands.
Of course, I'd buy one. Solemnly.
Zanian arrives eating badger on a stick. None of you have badger on a stick.
Damn it, I gotta get one of those before we leave town. They were really good.
They're delicious. Maybe I should go get myself some.
Maybe I should get some for my wares.
For the road.
The road. Okay, I informed the group of the fact that the guy at the guard station, or the ranger station, said that he might be able to get us an audience with Lord Colberton, and that I should go see him later in the afternoon to follow up on that.
He did say he would try to leave word at the actual estate, though, so you don't have to go back to see him. He was going to try and send ahead.
Oh, so
what he was trying to do.
So he left me with the impression that I should gather my people and go to the estate?
Giving him some time to actually work things out, but yes.
Let's
Okay,
wake him up just
he
to be
seemed,
sure.
He seemed that confident that we would be able to just
He
walk.
said, yeah, he would. I mean, you've got information about the murdered friend of
Lord Colberton.
Lord Colberton, so he's like, well, I guess we could probably sort that out.
Did he give me a way to get past the gate into the fancy part of town where I wasn't
Temporary
able to
white
get
clearance.
before? No.
Temporary white clear.
There we go. Yeah.
This is above your clearance level, citizen.
Now, see, the thing that's funny about that is that only if you understand that white clearance is a clearance level and not white people clearance. Oh, I see you're not black. Please feel free to come on inside.
I knew what he meant. However, what I imagined was...
In paranoia, white,
yeah.
white is the highest level of
Yes,
clearance.
it's done by color.
Yes, white is the highest level of clearance.
There are no secret levels of clearance. But white.
No. None.
None that a communist trader would know about.
The hole
Anyone
mysteriously
would
opens
know that.
underneath your feet.
There definitely is.
He knows too much. Take his badger.
No, my badger. Malnir Grid is not finishing my badger on a stick.
I wonder.
Right.
I wonder what this ultraviolet thing for my blaster will do.
Anyhow.
Yes.
Zanian's not going to wait. Zanian is going to march directly for the rich sector.
Okay, well you go ahead.
Oh no, he's got you in tow.
No, he doesn't. If he wants to fight me for it, he can have me in tow. I've explained that we have to give the guy at the ranger station time, and that's what I intend to
I
do.
said radio station.
No, the guy at the ranger station time, and that's what I intend to do. I'm not marching up to the gates again of the rich sector of town without a way to get in. I'm not going.
You've already been told that you're getting clearance. This is very obvious. You've given time. You've come here.
In a couple of hours. It didn't take me long to get here. The amount of time it took me to get here is barely enough time for the guard guy to close down the ranger guy to close down the ranger station.
There's only one ranger working there. These guards truly are incompetent.
Well,
Look at the crumbs they hire.
He is actually a shining beacon amongst their unwashed masses.
You note actually that most of you are slightly unwashed and have been slaughtering halflings for several days.
That's fine. Justice doesn't wash
And you
itself.
just dug 2 graves in full plate.
Yes.
You're probably pretty rank.
The hair still flows.
That's right. Everything is foul about Zany except for his lustrous hair.
it's so sleek.
He uses his hair as a
And in this case, I can actually use that word properly.
You're like, grab your hair.
So is Zany still attempting to drag Drax to the gate, or what are you guys doing?
Taking a shower.
Yep, he's going to be arguing with Drax to get him to go to the gates as fast as possible.
No time to waste.
No time to waste.
Arguing turns into not serious, but fisticuffs. We're basically gonna duke it out a bit outside.
So the sorcerer is going to duke it out with the plate-wearing paladin. I accept this challenge. And by challenge, I mean horrible slaughter.
Well, seeing as I can't do subdual
I think you'll find that my subdual acid does nothing but
I try to use my powers as non-lethally as I can, like maybe target the square next to him with a thunderclap and things like that. But basically, yeah, I don't think I can hold my own for very long, as soon as he gets within melee range. But anyway, I don't want to go.
Or
and
you
I
guys
figure we
could
might as
just
well.
actually not fight.
Are you kidding? Have you seen?
Kara, are you going to stand between the two of them?
This one way or another.
Yes.
Okay, Kara gets between them when they're getting heated.
Yeah. Basically, our characters are going to have to fix this one way or the other, and I think we're going to fix it like men.
For no reason.
It's okay, you guys can just keep punching above her head.
She's like pushing away at the crotches, like, this feels very, very wrong.
Like,
Velour.
No,
Your brother.
no, it's more like plate, brother. Yeah. All right.
What are these two boneheads about to do?
I don't know.
Basically,
fight.
we're gonna settle our differences like men.
They're having a chest.
Yeah, I'm stopping them.
See?
I'm the strongest of all of you.
Okay.
The dwarf tries to break it up, that doesn't work. Then the elf breaks it up. She's an Eldrin.
I'm an Eldrin. I'm a fancy
She's
elf.
a pretty little fairy, and she breaks up the two friggin' dragonborn tieflings.
so-
Hammer to the
Okay,
head.
guys,
So with Kara holding me back
Yeah.
and
there's no need to turn
narcissistic,
Cooler heads
against each other.
Cooler heads prevail.
Hooray.
You managed to.
If we work together, more can be accomplished.
The
try
Eldrin,
telling him that.
the Eldrin is sounding very fruity,
I'm also a diplomat, so
but persuasive.
Makes sense.
Fruit-suasive.
brutally persuasive.
Fruity-suasive.
Okay. And how much time do you think this guard needs before we can go and speak to Lord Culberton?
He said, give it an hour or two, then head towards the gated community. We have enough time, we could...
These fools do not understand the peril this realm is in.
Well, I mean,
That's been very well established. It's a very
We
non-welcome
should march on his
town.
house.
I know. I'll go and get my friend the sergeant.
well, the time
We'll help.
to dig the graves, do the ceremony, and everything, that should have killed an hour at least.
Well, no,
No,
he was
this
doing
is by
that
the
while
time-
I was
yeah.
at the, while I was at
Well,
the
no,
ranger
don't
station.
forget. Like, there is a bit of a disparity here, because you guys left at the same time.
Right.
You walked across
Where are
town.
my chips?
He walked...
You're gonna lose all of them.
Then you suck at it.
There.
He walked outside, dug 2 graves, so his thing did take longer. You've been hanging out at the house for a little bit. You don't think it's yet. It's been like about an hour since you talked to the dude. And he came back with Badger on a stick and didn't share.
Well, how long will it take us to get to the gated community? Like what?
It's not long. You know, I mean, it's
5,
it's
10 minute
fairly
walk or
big
whatever?
city, but yeah, it's 5
Yeah.
10 minute walk.
It won't hurt to go up to them, explain the
Marketplace
situation.
gated community.
What it is it not?
Yes, it's just an amusing contextual word.
Yes.
So yeah, you try to convince them to.
Yeah, we can go up, just explain the situation. Maybe the Archduke, or wow, maybe Lord
Maybe the
Culberton.
Archduke can help. Who's the Archduke? I don't know. Look, a leprechaun.
Yeah, maybe Lord Culberton would want to actually see us with this news in hand. So might spike his interest a little more than random people standing outside saying, "We want to have an audience with the Lord Archduke," because that's what he is now. Fuck you, Dick. That's gonna stick with me forever now.
Yeah.
Damn you, Lord Archduke.
Well, seeing as the rest of us haven't eaten like Xanian has, I say we make a quick stop by the part of town with the
Badger on a stick?
With the Badger on a stick.
There is still a delicious
We get
festival.
Yeah.
we get some festival.
Get some food on the run.
Get some festival meat and then head up there. I
Sounds
realize, Xanian, that this is not the timeline that you're hoping for, but we will get there, and trust me, we'll make double time once we leave there to go find the sword.
There's always time for Badger on a stick.
I've already had mine.
I had mine on the way.
You look like you could take seconds. You got room in that plate.
You look like a man who likes Badger stick.
It is fairly delicious.
I will accept this.
Anyone for pops and guy?
Nope.
Nope, good.
Good.
Oh, thank you.
Whatever you find.
Make haste to the badger on a stick merchant.
That I can agree with.
Friendship through badgers on a stick.
Where can we get to this badger on a stick? The Griffin go see the Duke.
So
That's
acceptable. Thank you.
I don't know. How creamy is that soda?
Pretty green.
Pretty delicious.
It's pink.
Good soda.
Delicious.
Pink is delicious.
Johnny on.
It's the best
So okay,
soda.
so you guys wander the city a bit. You find some Badger on a stick merchants. You compare delicious varieties of Badger on a stick.
They've got to go in like Rib Fest with different stands.
They're making a second Rib Fest, did you see?
Yeah.
Look at-
October.
In October, they're having a
October.
second Rib Fest.
Because more
Because Park Street with BIA was like, fuck, this is always awesome. So yeah, second Rib Fest. October.
Booyah.
Really?
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Thursday,
What
through
they should
Thursday
do-
through Sunday.
They should make it Rib Oktoberfest and invite the beer guys along.
Ribtoberfest and
Ribtoberfest.
and bring bows.
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
That would be
Problems
pretty
up.
cool. As a non-beer drinker, I'm not that inspired, but it still sounds cool.
Yeah. Oktoberfest celebrations are always fun.
Alright, so every day that week, let's go have breakfast.
God. Well, I often do that at the spring one. But.
That's what I do.
Drive-by ribbings.
So yes, you stop for your badger on a stick.
Delicious badgers.
There's even some with dwarven seasonings.
Ooh.
Badger and dwarf on a stick.
They taste very earthy.
Seasoned dwarf.
Aw.
You find the seasoned dwarf to be fairly tough.
I find it rather reminiscent of home. I like this.
Wait, you guys eat many dwarves at home?
No, it had dwarven seasoning, she said.
Seasoned with real dwarf. That's like us.
You can't put dwarf in a grinder, you know?
Have you tried?
I mean,
Obviously, you got repentance.
Daniel is like, yeah, we never did that back home.
No, but you can actually, and just like this dwarf going towards this giant cheese grater. Ah, it kind of works.
I mean, it
old
goes
dwarven
really well after the kicking and screaming stop.
You guys are horrible.
Unless you hear it, never try.
It's much better when it's still kicking and screaming. I mean, moving on.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys managed to avoid the perils of Halfling West Sides and
Hooray!
Damn right, we killed them all.
We live!
wood rapists and
We eliminated them all.
just have a nice, quick, hour and a half or so of wandering the festival, looking at exciting charlatan magicians and noble fascinators and whatnot. And
If we had, gotten our loot and whatnot at this point, I'd have said, we could actually stop by, what if the armor and weaponsmith booths and that kind of thing, but no, we don't have that yet, so.
yes, you are unable to do so. Although possibly we can retcon it later that you did.
I just like to point out, they are gawking at this. Zanin is waiting for them to catch up by tapping his foot.
Everybody else is like a bunch of country bumpkins at the festival. Eventually, Xanian, you grow impatient.
You think?
You figure
Eventually.
past
10 minutes.
Eventually? What are you talking about?
10 minutes.
3 minutes have gone by. You had your badger, let's go.
Pretty much that's what's happening.
And everyone just ignores Xanian and is like, ooh, pony.
We eventually grudgingly give in and
You eventually
head
start
towards
heading towards the Fancy Pants sector
Yes.
with the Fancy Pants castle.
Fancy
Is there
Pitsy.
an axe throwing competition?
Pardon?
Is there another axe throwing
No.
competition?
No, they already had one. And you failed.
That did.
Like failure.
I want a rematch.
Yep, there's a guy walking around with an axe throwing champion belt, and he's flaunting, and all the women are looking at him like, oh, he's an axe throwing
Rick mugs him and takes his belt.
I take my axe. I throw it on the ground.
Look, he still can't throw, someone says.
Damn it! Bullseyes. Nice! I was aiming for the ground.
Quick aside, last time Jen and I were at the range, my dad calls on my cell. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm out of the range. He's like, you're out of the range right now? I'm like, Jen, take a shot. Her first shot on that target goes dead fucking center. When I'm like, she's not even paying attention. She's like, okay, blam, takes it, looking at me on the phone. And then, we look at the target after, like, holy shit, that was dead fucking center. Yeah. Kept the target, but
So the trick is not paying attention.
apparently.
Don't
Out
tell
of most firearms, the trick is not paying attention.
Anyhow. Yes, we arrive at the gate.
You guys arrive at the, well, there's not so much of a gate, so much as a
Like
trend.
2 guards standing and watcher outside the.
We're following you.
But yeah, they don't have a gate so much as like an archway kind of thing. It's not actually sealed in any way, is my point. Anyway.
So I approached the guards and
They're like,
introduced myself and explained that
look at your large party of one gnome carrying a giant package of
Wares.
wares, legally obtained merchandise, a gnome, a dwarf, a dragonborn, a human, an eladrin, and a tiefling. Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we're working on a
They
play.
look understandably wary as you approach.
We're working on a play.
I try to be as nice and as diplomatic as I can, and I go up and I explain to him that I introduce myself, and I mentioned that the guy down at the ranger station, I mentioned him by name. I don't know his name. I don't. My character does. Said that since we have some information about Lord Colberton's what was his friend?
Paladin, buddy.
A friend
It's
of
his
his.
friend.
Yes.
The guy's name is Sir Branchwild.
Right. Okay. So Lord Corberton's friend Sir Branswild, we have some information about what happened to him, and that the guy at the ranger station said that he would try to get us an audience, and that by the time we got
Which guy at the ranger station?
I give the name.
What does he look like?
I give as full a description as I'm able to give.
Head of the guard from the guards.
And I
That
mentioned-
sounds like Cedric.
Yeah.
What did he tell you?
He said that by the time we got here, about an hour from when I spoke to him last, he would have had a chance to tell you guys that we were coming and hopefully arrange an audience with Lord Colberton.
Well, you may have told the guards at the castle, but we haven't heard anything. All we've heard about is a certain tiefling, and we're just supposed to let him do whatever he wants as long as he's not letting anybody get hurt. So you guys just move along. Don't cause any trouble. I don't want my boss coming down here because he says if anyone wakes him up, he's going to behead somebody. So just move along.
Fair enough. I thank him very much and quickly usher us.
Finally, these guards show initiative.
Yeah.
Well, these are the rich guards. They're more competent.
They have to be. They guard the rich.
Obviously, if you have money, you're more competent. That's how it works.
No, they have to keep all the beggars out.
Yes, because they could take your money and therefore you'd become stupid.
Like being
Poor
poor is a
Zanian.
mental. It's like being poor is a mental illness.
Exactly. See, the gnome knows.
Jenny, your family loves coming
Yes,
through again.
the legitimate businessmen would think that, that poor people wouldn't have been that smart because they weren't that successful in business.
Exactly.
So we
Basically, you guys are all
we quickly shuffle our way,
Especially Zany.
past the guards, and you know.
So you guys are roaming through the rich quarter. It's nice. Like the houses are more widely spread apart.
How many opponents are impaled on sticks at the front of the houses?
None.
Probably none.
This place is obviously lax and disciplined.
Well, thank goodness it's nothing like home.
Oh, you're home.
Yes, no one is impaled anywhere that you can see except for the badgers.
We've already eaten those. We've taken care of those.
Well, there are the occasional badger stand, but they're sort of like
Super
badger on a plate with like sprig of parsley and.
They got fancier.
And the
Yes.
prices are very inflated.
Super.
Do you have
super
any with
pretentious.
marjoram?
Excuse me. Do you have any grape poupon?
Oh, yes.
Badger on grape.
Wouldn't it be Grey Poupon and Badger? No.
No, it's badger on a bed of grape.
Because it's on a plate, don't you?
Back to Ray's marjoram comment. Actually, stole all of mine.
Oh, all that marjoram you
All the high quality stuff.
high quality.
Oh, fuck. I thought you were talking about in my spice rack. I'm like, why did you sell my marker?
You need to make
No
right.
one's using this. All we need is salt. And no, we don't need even that. No salt.
Cumin. All we need is cumin.
No, as far as you're concerned, all we need is cardamom.
Paprika.
Yeah,
right?
What's the one? Yeah, it's cardamom.
Cardamom.
The mouth raping one that Mark finds delicious.
Oh my god.
All right. So anyhow,
Like 40
So yeah, the houses are
per
more.
gram.
The houses are more spread out. The house and they're nicer, obviously, but they're it's a more permanent construction kind of stuff.
less bivouacky.
Yes, and it basically leads gracefully up a hill, up
To
a
the
slope,
castle.
to the top where there's the castle. With that.
Zanian has no time to take in the sights. He moves directly for the castle.
There's a wall in the way.
He follows the road directly towards the
Well, then he
castle.
doesn't move directly.
Takes the wall
Zany-
down.
The wall goes down.
Follows the path of least resistance.
Zane is just bumping into a wall like a sim.
No, I picture Zanian going, I heard that it's fastest to get there as the crow flies. Then he just, inexplicably floats up and goes straight. How the hell did he do
No, he
that?
floats up. You think he's about higher than the wall, then just through the wall.
Some sort of rare hover paladin.
No, his hair is spinning like a top.
Like
It's a helicopter. It's a helicopter.
He follows the path of least resistance that is directly towards the castle.
I see. So he doesn't try to ram through people's houses.
Oh,
when
there's a
when
gate
there's a
in front.
house, like a road that goes around the house, he doesn't go through the house.
No.
Excuse me, citizen, I need to get to the castle as quickly as possible.
Out of my way!
No,
Back on a stick. Don't mind me.
I just picture, a random, rich family eating, and all of a sudden,
Oh yeah!
Flip the table, just walk right through the living
He's
room.
red.
He is red. That's true.
And I do deliver justice. Fruity justice.
No, she delivers the fruity justice.
That's true. Well, at least have it with me.
No, she's the fruity diplomacy.
I also just deliver fruity justice if you really want to go that far.
Right.
Well, all things fruity.
Yes.
Anyway, you guys wind your way up to the
She named your
castle.
weapon Justice.
Yes!
That's right. Your mace.
Jiggle the
Yeah.
mouse.
Yep. The mace is
So
justice.
when you do that, like sweep and hit,
Yeah.
It's just Banff justice.
that's vamp. Yeah.
Vamp justice.
Yeah.
So yes.
You get a few sort of like inquisitive / dirty looks from random citizens as your like motley crew of bedraggled adventurers wanders through the city.
Of non-humans, which I'm assuming
Except for the one human.
rich humans would look down upon.
Yeah, remember,
got our token human.
Non-humans are definitely. Look, I'm a legitimate element to this group of rabble-rousers.
We're
I keep
heroic
them in
tier.
line.
Put up.
You're wearing your guard clothes, you realize. You got
No,
the-
he's not. He's
no.
in the civvies.
Okay.
I'm in civvies.
So yeah,
Not
basically
a
in this, like humans are the dominant race, definitely, and some of the other races are not looked terribly well upon. But it's not so much like you're not going to have anyone throwing rocks at you, except maybe Xania.
We're not going to encounter anyone standing the ground.
No, that's it. You don't find
Hitting us
like,
with a crossbow.
George Zimmerman or something like that. He's like, I was threatened. Bang! I hit him with a ballista bolt.
I'm on those
I thought he was a crow. Sorry.
All he
Roll
had
the
on
20,
was-
that's all I gotta say.
Who attacked the crow?
No one attacked the crow.
Skeletons.
The crow flew up and went
raven
over
was a
the
raven.
raven flew up and went over the hole of the ballista bolt ceiling where the skeletons had been told to shoot at anything that came into view. They loosed the giant tree trunk. I rolled I have to roll to see if it hits because it shouldn't fucking hit. The only way it could possibly hit is 20. How much health does a raven have in 3.5? Right.
Less
6
than a
hit
ballista
points.
damage.
So I'm just gonna roll it's pretty much a kind of and then feathers. And tree trunk goes by. At least it introduced Weebles.
Yeah,
Land
it lands in
in
front of
Weebles'
Weebles' house. Yeah.
That was good times.
That was a good campaign.
That was silly. Keep on going.
So
People
yes,
getting
you guys
walls.
you guys wind your way up to the top, and then there is an actual set of like a portcullis, a gate, a guardhouse, and as you guys are getting closer, there are a couple of guards with halberds who sort of step out in front and say, "All right, stop there. What's your business at the castle?"
I do a repeat of what I did down below. Cedric at the ranger station said that he was going to run ahead and see if he could get us an audience with Colberton. We have information about name
Sir Branchwild.
Sir Branchwild.
Fine.
That's what I was saying.
We have important information about. Fuck! What the hell is that guy's name?
We don't know about him.
Yes, just because John can't remember names doesn't mean Drax can.
Exactly.
All I have to say is every time you say I'm picturing Drax actually going like JFK. We have some information about Cedric.
But first, we're gonna be over here banging this broad.
He does have high charisma.
This is true.
I stopped on the Batronistic station to get an party platter.
Just imagine coming out of a dragonborn with that voice.
I'm here to bang broad, and here's a bride. Batronistic for all, making it rain.
Now it's going to be stuck forever. We're always going to believe that Drax has JFK's voice.
Drax is now JFK.
Officially.
Which one of you guys is Gandhi?
If there's one thing Mahatma Gandhi stands for, it's revenge.
We call it black and tan.
Guess what we're going to call it? Black and tan. Black and tan! So anyhow, moving on.
All right.
So, the guards have received word from Cedric, not the entertainer.
Is this an entertainer named Cedric?
There is. His
It's
name
called
is
Cedric the Entertainer.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah. Check on her,
Touch your
Jen.
eyes.
Yes.
New.
Never touch your eyes in a house full of cats.
But that's what melts my eyes the best.
Ooh.
The weird part is
I rub my face on the couch.
That have a well.
The weird part is I'm never the first one to notice that I'm rubbing my eyes. Jim's always like, John's having an allergic reaction. I'm going, loo-dee-doo-dee-doo-doo-doo. Nothing's wrong with me. Scratch, 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 itch, itch, itch.
He's gonna rub himself with the cat.
Let me
Yeah.
stick these bits of cat.
This cat feels so nice.
Only Gates does that.
Yeah. No, he licks the cat. There's a
That's true.
difference.
He licks the cat. He doesn't rub his face.
What?
With the cat.
Oh,
When Gates
Okay.
tried to bomb for the first time, he made like a spoonful of it, whatever.
Stupidly.
Because Jim was like, I can eat a spoonful of this. Hop, and Gates was like, give me that, He eats a spoonful of it, and then he's
God.
like,
he was so desperate for a way to kill the heat.
Yeah.
And there was no milk. There was nothing
he
that he
went to try and drink water.
And they're like,
but
"You'll
someone
just
was
make
like, no, don't drink water.
It'll make it worse.
Licking
And
the
then,
cat
so
is
he
the only
picks up
obvious
Flash, and he's like,
only thing he could think of within range. He's like,
That's
shit,
pretty
I gotta do
hilarious.
something to get this burn off my tongue.
Oh boy.
That's really
Yeah.
funny.
So continuing on,
at least the cat didn't shard in his mouth like he banged it.
Oh, Katie.
so the guard has been
The
forewarned of our arrival.
guard has been informed about
Our arrival.
but both the troublemaking tiefling and also the specific fact that your party has information about Lord Colberton's friend Sir Branchwild. So you are admitted and told that Lord Colberton will see you, at some point at his convenience.
Sir Branchwild's first name Richard, because I'm thinking Richard Branchwild has giant spanning company Richard Branson.
I was like, Richard Branchwild. I'm trying to think if there's somebody named Richard Branchwild. I'm like, no. But yes, Richard Branson. No, his first name is not Richard. His first name is Sir.
As far as we
Oh, his parents had high aspirations for him
It
anyway.
legally changed when he became a knight
Sir.
to Sir.
Sir.
What's your
Brent.
name? Sir. Yes, very funny. Now what's your real name?
Sir.
Who thought?
My parents had high aspirations for me.
That's like that time I found my great grandpa's war sign up record, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sure I can find," because it was my great grandpa Patrick, Patrick H. Patrick H. Harry, I believe, Harold, or something like that. I can't remember the last name. So anyway, I find his war registration record, and I'm looking for his wife's name. So I figure I can find it. So I look down, and it's name Patrick H. Harry, wife's name Mrs. Patrick H. Harry. God damn you, I'm with Grandpa Patrick.
Apparently, he was a bit of a show.
So yes,
You guys are told basically
To wait.
Thomas, that's what it was. Patrick H. Thomas. I was like, that
to
last
sit in
name.
this waiting room. Essentially, very nice, very uppity. You are offered
Some
even
minstrels
more
playing
high
music.
quality badger on a stick.
Ooh, it's badger on a plate.
Badger on a gold plate.
That's fancy.
Some minstrels playing music in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty nice. This is it's a pretty posh palace. It's not very big, but it is fairly posh. And you're told, just wait here a little bit until Lord Colberton has, some time to meet with you. You can just imagine Zania.
yes. Jamie is not very happy about this, but he is.
I'm assuming that Neri's doing everything.
Yeah,
she can
Neri's
to
doing
keep
everything she can to keep Xanian calm
Using her
and not
diplomacy mostly
exploding.
to keep Zanian calm. No, don't use that
And if
fork.
worse comes to worse, I will use justice.
No, don't use that fork.
Okay.
That's the
Now
wrong
just
fork.
out of character, since I wasn't really around when we got most of the information, what does my character know, and does the rest of the party know it? Can I go during this time go up to Neri and be like, "You're better at speaking with fancy
Well,
people
and
than
I
I
was with
am."
you when you got it too. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
the information you guys have is that a certain group of is targeting, all of these various people with artifacts or magical weapons.
They're targeting religious orders.
Well, not even necessarily religious orders, so much as basically
People
they're
who are
powerful,
known to have artifacts
Exactly.
and things of
Powerful
great
magic
magical
powerful magic
value.
items and stuff like that, and they're targeting them specifically.
And we found
And you know
Branchwild's name.
specifically Sir Branchwild was named, and he was, you guys had heard of the fact that he had been killed basically already.
Right. Oh, that was in that
Yes.
Yeah, and all so the person that knows the most
the
about
notes
it
that we found.
is Kara,
'Cause she
technically.
read it, yeah.
She actually read it, but she was reading everything out loud.
Right.
So Narasatis does have all the same information. That you
Okay, well then I take this time to talk to Narasatis and be like, look, at this point we're in. This is like the extent of my ability to talk to people.
So Narasatis, you've been volunteered as the face.
I will happily do that.
Congratulations, you've been elected by popular vote.
You ready to pray?
The
So you
fact that my
don't want to let
Nurse is our newly elected official.
No, I got it. I got it.
the fact that my diplomacy.
Lord Copeton, I would like to present to you this petition stating that I should have won the axe competition. What do you think?
Excellent.
Obviously, I'm the superior axe thrower. Look,
Well, I just tried to murder Lord Copeton.
your petition is
No,
denied.
he tried
Top of
not
his
to and
head.
failed.
But the guard said as he tried to, and then we're all thrown in jail.
The lesson today is
Never try.
Or let Mark be the face.
Right.
So, you guys are waiting in the antechamber for not too long. Long enough for Zanian to go a little crazy and, start turning even more red. But eventually, Narasatis calms him down and a herald comes in and says, all right.
Wait, I just thought of something. The face of Bogue.
Oh, gotcha.
Old inside joke. All right.
Man, Bogue. Jeez. Who was it that started calling you that?
You.
No, it wasn't me.
No, it was.
It was some Dutch guy or something like that.
Yeah, because it was.
It was Scott. It was Scott.
Because it was off a magic game where there were bog rats and. there
No.
were bog rats.
It went from. It was Scott from
really-
ages ago
because
in
it was that-
Utopia. There was like a Dutch guy or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
That Bogue in like Dutch or Danish or something
We were
like
talking
that.
because
means
there was
gay.
that bog exhibit. There was a bog people exhibit at the Museum of Civ.
I thought for sure that was the bog rats, the bog rats.
No, that was we
that
were
was
playing
extension.
off that. But yeah, basically, somebody like I said, like a Dutch guy or something like that. Scott asked him, "How do you say gay?" or whatever like that, and it was Bogue, and then it spiraled out of control from that. Man,
Anyhow,
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, and then that. What was the name of that giant face on Doctor Who? It was something similar.
The face of
Bogue.
the face of
It
Bogue.
was Bogue,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying,
Yes.
don't let Mark be the face. The face of Bogue.
Face of Bogue. Right. So a herald comes out and basically says, "All right, you may see Lord Colberton now. You may keep your weapons, but do not attempt to draw them."
No, of course not.
I put my hands in my pockets.
Sorry, sometimes my subdual acid leaks out. So yes, be civil, please. He's sort of looking at you guys like you're all a bunch of savages. It's like, all right, what are your names? And he gets all your names from you, and then comes in and announces the whole party. So he's like, does the whole thing, of like
Zanian, Vice Lord of
Zanian Vice Lord and everything. Yeah, Narasatis Satin Blade, and a couple of people appear to recognize that.
Ah, yes.
Finally, someone who knows who I am. The shadow of my parents' awesomeness. Damn it.
Damn it.
Damn it. And
They got a note for me, not for them.
Richard Rapist.
Richard Bowman.
Bowman.
Nobody has ever heard of Richard Bowman or his illustrious family over here.
But then when he specifies with Richard Rapist, there are a few people like, oh, I know.
The Halfling Slayer, yes. And Kara Earthmelter. Yeah, nobody's ever. Drax, last
Earthmelter.
name not available.
He's Earth Melter. He was adopted by dwarves.
Drax, Earthmelter.
Didn't we have
Did you
another
guys
one?
actually seriously agree that was Drax's last name, or was that just?
What was
Like,
his middle
if
name?
it's absolutely required that I give a last name,
That's probably the one you'd give.
Yeah, because I don't.
No, he doesn't care. He's like Drax, whatever.
Sir Drax.
Sir Drax.
No, he wouldn't say Sir Drax.
Mr. Drax.
Mr. Drax. Sorcerer Drax. No pants Drax. Whatever.
He's got pants.
I thought he was wearing robes.
No, he's got
Sorcerer's a
pants.
fine title.
No, I've got robes.
Not the version I drew of you.
No.
You have
Not the version
pants.
I drew. You
Suddenly you have pants.
Yeah, you have pants and like a short
Sorry, you do have
robe that goes like your
you
hips.
look like
Like a
You
half.
look at Hugh
Hugh
Hefner.
Hefner, the Dragonborn.
Yes.
You have the dragon.
Yeah, you are. You're Hugh Hefner, the
Can't hear his
Dragonborn.
voice.
With
We can't
JK's
see
voice.
voice.
Ira.
Here to bang some broads from my magazine.
I got magic fingers.
I subdual acid, anyone?
Or should I say Catherine the So-So?
And he does have dazzling ray as his
Oh my god.
his daily, you know.
Woo!
Ray seems to be.
And Pock walks in with a friggin' bag of candlesticks.
And his kick-ass
Greenborough,
hat.
I think, is Pock's
Yes.
last name.
Yes.
Park lost a cat.
Pock lost a cat. So yes, you're all announced, and then basically, you guys all file in. This is what you look like.
Pants.
You wear pants,
There are pants in this equation.
and you have a magic
Just
stick.
my top.
Drax
longer
pants
than-
wear.
Drax.
It like goes to
Pants.
like
No, he just
the
says
thigh,
Drax. Drax
but you have
and Pock Greenborough.
Yeah, Drax is the only one without a last name, and people are just like, what?
So that's why you end with and Drax.
He's like Snoop Dogg.
I was just picturing like a rapper comes in, DJ Drax. I mean, that's
Diggity diggity.
Drax in the house.
No,
It's just like Cher.
let's move on.
All right.
This is getting
So
silly.
as you arrive into the sort of, it's sort of like an audience chamber basically. So you have Lord Colberton sort of. It's clear that he's sort of taking meetings with folk. Basically, he's sort of sitting up there on his fancy chair. It's not a throne. It's just a nice, but it's on like a little bit of a raised dais. There are a
That's how
lot.
that's pronounced? That's how that's pronounced?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
How have you been pronouncing it?
Day.
Nah, it's dais.
Okay.
You're French. You make a lot of letters silent that don't have to
It's
be.
true.
He's on the dais there.
Okay.
Okay, he stands on the dais. Then he sits. So yes, he's on a raised dais. You know, it's just a little bit of a platform. There are guards in the room, but they're sort of recessed in alcoves, just sort of standing back. They're not looming over anybody or anything like that, but they are obviously sort of
They're being like those British guards
Paying
that
attention.
stand in those little huts. kind of
not
thing.
quite as rigid as that. They're able to move around and so forth. You know, but they're not just like standing in the corner chatting or something like that. They're paying attention. And you have like the sort of usual crew of unwashed peasants.
Good, continue. I'll research for it.
Usual crew of unwashed peasants making petitions, and you guys have just been announced. But there are still a few people left to talk before you. So, sort of, you guys basically just sort of sit there, waiting for your turn. Like, haha! We found the die.
Well, it's dark on a dark surface, so
Troublesome.
when I press one of these black buttons labeled in black on a black background, a black light lights up black to let me know I've done it.
Yay. Black.
Ray likes black people.
No, that's
But
good.
doesn't like halflings.
That's right. It's me. I
That's
forgot.
right. Nick likes the black people.
I like the
Rain
black
just likes them on your behalf, Nick.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get to listen to a bunch of stupid like peasanty disputes about like land rights and borders about my milk cow this and my milk cow that.
That guy stole my sheep.
No talk about cabbages. We're safe.
Nope, that cabbage dynasty is in another castle. Cabbage thing
Cabbage.
For some reason, just
The
think
cabbage
in
guy from
Trucker
Avatar.
in Avatar.
I've been informed of this.
Yes, in the Legend of Korra, like he's got, there's
He's
like
got a cabbage empire.
Cabbage Co.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It finally took
That should be
off.
starting soon. Yeah.
Yes, we will
So-
eventually get around to watching those.
It's awesome.
They are pretty good.
Such a good
How far are they
series.
into?
It's a short series.
One series,
That's it?
one season so far.
Is that, okay, is that
The
all
second
they're
season
making?
of Korra is coming out now. In the next few weeks.
Anyhow,
So yes, eventually you guys, your group is announced as, you know, with having information for Lord Coalition, and Narasatis, you're invited to step forward.
Okay.
As you sort of step forward, Lord Coalition says, "Ah, yes, finally." So he's a tallish human. He's 6'2",
Okay.
fairly tall for this day and age, and well built, armored type. He's not wearing any armor, but you know he looks like a man who can handle himself.
Helms of battle. Okay.
from what
Hair
you...
color, eye color.
Do any of you guys have history?
I do.
I have ranks in it.
I have it trained as well.
You may roll a history check. Just to see.
Does that have to be trained?
+8. So that's...
No, it doesn't have to be trained. If you've got history...
Oh, if you've got any history? Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
15.
trained means you've studied. Otherwise, it just means, like, I haven't studied history, but I picked up random crap.
25.
25, okay.
16.
16.
10, I figured.
Drax is
Looks
like,
kinda
all I know is dungeons and setting things on fire.
Pretty much.
But
This is
if
the
you wanna know
fanciest
what
dungeon
I do all
that I've
the
ever
reading
set
in
on
this
fire.
When I burn this place to the ground, it's going to be sensational. Richard?
17.
17. Harry?
15.
15. And Danian?
4.
In all honesty,
You thought Drax had his head
Politics.
buried in the sand, then you met Zanian.
He doesn't care about these guys.
This is human politics.
Zanian is like so single-mindedly enraged and following.
What's the thing that's interesting, though, is, like, politically, Zanian is probably the most, like, knowledgeable. Politically. Not specifically politics here, but, like, political in general. Anyway, so...
And Drax is so overwhelmed just by being in a castle.
You had nothing to speak of. What was yours again, right?
16.
16, 25,
It was like 15, 16, 17 or whatever.
Yeah, okay, so...
Hint, 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 hint.
Subtle, baby, is subtle.
I'm making this lip smacking motion. I wonder if she'll understand.
So yes, those of you, well, basically, Kara, you know more explicit details about
Need more water?
battles that he's fought and stuff like that. But basically, the gist of it for him is that he is a fairly successful campaigner. He's been out on the battlefield with his group earlier in his career. He's mid-40s kind of thing. But like I said,
A seasoned veteran.
He's a seasoned veteran. Many campaigns have been fought. He controls a lot of land in the area, but again, in this sort of world, you don't have a lot of you don't really have a lot of big kingdoms of 2 big cities and something like that. I have these 4 cities. It's really much more city-states. But he owns a fairly large swath, and he controls it pretty well. He's well liked by his people and regarded to be pretty fair.
He seems to have a good idea of what he's doing.
Yeah, and yes, and he rolled well enough that you're going to be able to pull out. If anything should come up, you have a pretty good chance of knowing relevant
What it is,
details
yeah.
about his background.
Okay.
So yes, Lord Culberton looks at the face over there and says, "So, what can you tell me about the death of my friend?"
I'll go ahead and I'll explain to him exactly the information that we found out when we had looked in the house. And
Okay.
go from there.
So you give him the basic rundown.
Yeah, I give him the rundown of what had happened, and then explain to him what's happened with respect to our party, what we're searching for, and that we have found there's a clue within the noble sector of your city that we need to find out where this artifact has gone.
He says, well, what do you know? What sort of clue is this that you have?
The last information we received was that there could be information pertaining to it in the home with the green roof,
With gargoyles.
with gargoyles on the outside of the building. We don't know who lives in the house. We just need your permission to be in this part of the city. And
Well, that sounds like the home of one of my counselors. And he sort of turns his head over in the direction of one of the guys sitting off to the side, and he says, "Lord Ronald, come forward." And one of the a very beefy gentleman, a sort of
Has trouble standing under the under the
he
power.
levers himself out of his chair. A giant hulk of a man. No.
oh my god,
7 feet tall.
700
so
pounds.
dapper.
He's an ogre! That's obviously an ogre! No, he's wearing a tie. Only men can wear ties. No!
That's not how it works at all.
Somebody rolled
Sir
a 1 on
Barrington.
his insight
He
check.
looks like a bear, but he can talk.
He wears a disguise to look like human guy, but you're not a man, you're a chicken boo.
Oh, chicken food.
Chicken boo is pretty funny. No, this guy's
Anyways, moving on.
it's a chicken. that dresses up as a person and inevitably fails to do whatever the hell it's doing.
Yep.
And like starts packing grain or whatever, and then fails as a lawyer or whatever. Fails at whatever the hell it's doing. Whatever it's doing, eventually it runs off and. So yes, he calls forward Lord Arnold and says, "So, what information did you guys have that you thought might be gleaned from Lord Arnold's house?"
The head thief was passing off the notes to the greenhouse.
Yeah. That's been the head thief of the now dispatched Thieves Guild was passing off.
The now dispatched Thieves Guild?
You had a Thieves Guild in your city.
Yes, I know. My guards have been working tirelessly trying to root out the Thieves Guild.
Well, we took care of it for you, good sir.
There is no more Thieves Guild.
No more Thieves Guild.
They've been taken care of for you.
Oh.
You have no longer to worry about them.
So they're all in
Plundering
prison,
the goods in your city.
ready for questioning in my dungeon?
Not exactly. We had to defend ourselves because they attacked us.
We were standing our ground in their Thieves Guild. And
We used our ballistics. Here's our duty.
he's like, I see. So none survived.
There is one imprisoned.
Yeah, there is one in prison. His name is Kipper.
Kipper.
Yes.
Kipper.
The sergeant can tell you more.
You should wake him.
Does Zanian say that?
No.
Showing great restraint and an odd lack of uncommon bad sense. Zanian does not say, "You should wake him up." Kipper, you say, and he's imprisoned in one of my jails.
Yes.
Correct. The one near the ranger station.
He looks at one of the guards and nods at him. And the guard sort of marches out.
Salutes and takes off.
Goes off somewhere. Fetch me a badger on a stick, guard. It's that time of day.
Badger on a stick break for everyone.
Making it rain. He says, "Well, we'll soon see about that. But in the meantime, Lord Arnold, can you shed any light on the situation with?"
You'll never catch me alive!
Pronouncing his name right, it's Arnold.
Arnold.
I'm just
Lord
Schwarzenegger's.
Arnold.
Lord Arnold.
Careful, he might have his laser guided chain gun.
For the children. No, Lord Arnold does not appear to have a laser guided chain gun.
I've got a tumor.
I got no tumor. He's not a tumor. I'm just a kindergarten teacher. Give me my identity back.
Wow, these people are always trying to kill me. Consider that the divorce.
Oh, Arnold. So excellent. Anyway.
John says I should be suggesting that Kipper is the ringleader and should be put to death, but that's not what Kara would say.
I think you, Kara, should be suggesting that. I thought Drax was suggesting that.
Drax is suggesting that Kara says that, yes.
You hate that guy, don't you?
Get him killed. Tell him he's in charge of the whole thing.
Yes, the last remaining one alive is the leader of the Thieves Guild, Mr. Kipper.
We left it that way.
Yes, deliberately. We don't.
He was suddenly promoted with all the other.
If you truly want to spend resources to raise thieves, you could. I'm sure they could spend the rest of their days in your work camps. Zanian does say that.
He sort of looks at you. All right. Well, Lord Arnold, we're waiting to hear if you have any information about this. Lord Arnold looks flummoxed about the suggestion that there might be anything untoward going on in his house. He's like, no, Lord Corbleton.
He suddenly turned into a baby.
May we do insight checks?
You may do insight checks.
15, huh? Plus.
Plus 11, so that's plus 9 is 24.
That's an 18 for me.
25.
25.
5 is your total roll.
He is a stand-up guy.
You're busy in my
It's pretty. Reminds me of home. Damn it. I want to be back in my woods.
Good at noticing things, not people.
So,
That's where I'm a Viking. 25.
25, 24.
18.
Someone want to roll for John?
Up.
That's consonant with John's normal rolling.
Likewise.
You also rolled a 10?
Yeah.
He's too busy looking at all the candlesticks he could possibly sell.
Wow, there sure are a lot of wares that I have in this place. This warehouse of mine is full to the brim.
I've come back later and empty it out a little.
Yes.
Some room.
So you guys get the definite impression that
he's
this guy
hiding
is
something.
being less than honest. But yes, he's.
And how does Lord Colberton feel
Let's see
about that?
Lord Colberton. Lord Colberton also has the impression that this guy.
He's being less than honest.
I'm like, let's roll for insight on Lord Colberton. He's gonna have a pretty good bonus. He rolls a 19. I'm like, yeah, okay, so he's not taking no bullshit. He's like,
He's been around this guy long enough that he can tell when he's lying.
You watch that, Zoe. You make sure that line keeps going.
That's
That's right. That's Daddy's lad nine.
Yes, it is.
See how it's big.
Okay.
So yes, Lord Colberton sort of looks at the Sir Arnold, and he's like, or Lord Arnold rather, and says, Lord Arnold, I get the impression that there may be something you're not telling me. And Lord Arnold starts to look a little bit green, and
And baby.
and baby. Mark, can you grab me a root if there's one? Please and thank you.
I'll take a bottle of water, please.
Jeez, you guys are chewing through that water.
Yep.
Yep. Are you
It's like Matt and... No. But it's like Matt and Lori are here. Did they kill your water supply?
No, well, they killed the first pack, but we have a second one for tomorrow.
Back up.
For emergencies.
Well, no, it's they because they had kidney stones. They don't drink tap water anymore, no matter where it's from.
Right.
So I don't blame them.
This makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Like
So-
John's mom's cat. It also doesn't drink tap water.
Okay.
It's
It
much.
needs tuna.
The humans drink tap water, but not
Yeah,
John's mom's
not the
cat.
cat.
Even Zoe sees something wrong with this.
Zoe.
She's enjoying. She's making noise specifically to see that bar go.
That's probably it.
You take after Daddy. Yes, you do.
Oh, does she ever?
You make noise just to make noise, just like Daddy.
Yes.
First like Daddy. Shoot it again. Yeah. Yeah. You both stink the same too.
Anyhow,
So yes, basically Lord Colberton manages to sort of wrangle it out of Lord Arnold about what's been going on, and so you guys, I won't do the whole byplay, but basically you guys get the story from being, is it basically from what he was told, it was mostly to be clearing out undesirable types and
From the realm?
Paladins.
they weren't billed as paladins in your group. They were like, these guys here with these magic items, like the letters didn't specify, these are paladins, and like, well, this is a good gentleman, you don't know whether or not the people might have been all evil, right? Anyway, what he was told is, you'll get a significant fee if you can just anybody with this kind of
Description.
these kind of items, or anyone you pass it, just pass it along, and
where did these letters go exactly?
the Zanian just going to interject.
Yes.
Lord Colberton sort of looks at you for a second and says, "I'll ask the questions."
Where did
So where are these letters going? He's not too proud to know a good question when he hears one.
That's awesome.
I'll ask the questions around here.
Answer the
Do what the kid says.
Take it away, toys.
He says, well, I don't know exactly because it came to me and then went on to the next step, but basically I was sending them east. Give me a second here, I'll put up the name of the town that he just sent me. Where's my map? Very upset.
Watching Nick with the beard. Yes, he's got a beard. Beards are funny.
She does have the beard. I picked her up earlier and she was like...
Yeah.
Reaching for the beard.
Yeah, she loves the goatee too.
Yeah.
But the beard is
She likes the facial
far more lush. Like, I want to grab that.
She's like
Give it to
opposite
me.
baby. Most babies hate people with facial
It's
hair,
true.
but
Yeah,
she
they
loves
scare
it.
'em.
She loves it.
Yeah.
Yes, most babies are terrified of me, but not Zoe. She has too much good taste.
What about Dimitri?
Dimitri is not scared of me. Dimitri likes me.
That damn Blondin kid.
Yeah, he knows what
You're
he's
so
doing.
angry that he was stripping her in church.
Yes!
What?
He stripped my daughter against her will because she was asleep in
No,
church.
Not against her will, she liked it.
She was asleep
Why did he strip your daughter?
during
He's a
baptism.
blonde, and that's why.
That would explain why he's
It's a
sleeping in
toss-up
the
because
noon, not
I
why
don't
it's
think-
You're gonna need to
political.
watch that
It's
game.
toss-up
Yeah.
because political, but it is a bunch of puns.
Those are good puns. So it's heading east to town. Interesting here.
I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere, but yes.
Probably.
Anyway, the town is off to the east.
Townvilton.
Townvilton. The town of
In
The town of Templeton. What was that?
Mana, mana.
Mana, mana, mana. It has a song and everything. But basically, he was just, like the letters aren't exactly addressed to anybody. He basically just sends them on to this next town, and which is off to the east. And he just marks the letter in a certain way. And
Does he send it by messenger?
any way that he can get the letter, basically, he sends it to an inn in this town.
Zanin holds up his hand.
That's what I mean. Like, does he send it by messenger so somebody like delivers it for him, type thing?
He's a lord, right? So he can just, there's not any specific method by which he has to send it. He just has to get it to this dude.
Oh, so then we could definitely take it for him then, if he were to write another one.
You may feel free to suggest that.
I would love to suggest that.
Well, Zanian had his hand up first.
That's
so
what he was
Lord
going to
Coleridge,
suggest.
by the ancient law of first seas, recognizes him.
Looks like the recording froze again. Luckily, we stopped it. We didn't lose that much. Pretty much we stopped at the Zanian getting firsties and laughing. From there, Zanian asked about the letter. Not much else.
Got some information about the letter, and basically,
Very minute amount.
so what you guys determined was that the letters they get sent to this town off to the east. There's only one inn in this. There's more than one inn, but to this specific inn in the town, and basically the letters arrive with a certain sort of symbol on them, and then he doesn't know.
Right.
And then beyond that,
Sorry, who's saying this?
this is information that Lord Culberton is extracting from Lord Arnold.
Got it.
Lord Arnold.
Alright.
So yes, Lord Culberton questions the crap out of him. And then Narasatis, I believe you had a question or a suggestion.
Off with his head!
What it is.
No,
I believe it had something to do with crushing candy, Lord Culberton.
You were
taking
saying,
it from a baby.
You were saying that we should deliver.
Yeah, I was suggesting that we should deliver the letter so that we can figure out where it's going to, and see if we can get more information.
Roll a d20.
9.
Well, I don't really know that much about your group. And what did you say? Well, let's see. You did clear out the Thieves Guild. And,
We left on survivors.
He's never heard of us, but we're so heroic.
and one of your member is a Satin Blade.
This is very true
Which I hear they're pretty pretentious and awesome.
and powerful.
And powerful and pretentious.
And beautiful, very beautiful. And modest.
Our modesty is only exceeded slightly by our beauty.
Unlike me.
Well, perhaps
I see your party has no wizard.
I see your party has only one wizard. Only half a wizard.
Half a wizard.
Jesus.
I'm going to take this time to try to sweeten the deal and explain to him how our party is well suited to do the traveling. We can handle anything that come up against us. We have 2 very skilled magic users. Paladin.
Zanian's gonna go no matter what the fuck you do.
That's some solid reasoning right there.
I throw in that we've got the recommendation of the guy at the Rangers Tower for Richard, who's done a lot of great work for the city.
To accompany us on the journey.
He says,
Yeah.
Well, perhaps. I suppose I could consult with some of my people who have met you during your stay. Who did you say you were dealing with?
The sergeant knows us the best.
Which sergeant is that, sorry?
But Cedric down at the ranger station has spent a bit of time with us.
You would love it if you went to wake him personally.
The sergeant? Yeah.
Off with his head!
Yeah, Lord Colverton does not go and wake people up by himself.
You got mooks to do that.
He's got mooks to do that.
Those poor mooks.
Yes. Cedric can speak to our trustworthiness. The head of the guards can speak towards our determination.
That's a very diplomatic way of putting it, Drax.
Actually, wait. I'm going to see if Drax.
We've done pissed off the guards good.
What did Drax roll?
11.
That's better than Zanian's wake up roll.
Yeah. Oh, my thing was over.
Shit, I was supposed to wake up?
But yes, whoops. Over 10, I figured I actually did say it.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, Redcon, he's been sleeping this whole time.
Redcon, you've been dragging Zanian around, and Allie's been animating him like a puppet. Hurry up!
And we all fail our inside checks.
Like that, whose line is it anyways?
We're the final boss.
No.
Oh my god, the new...
That would be very interesting.
It's pretty fun.
When does it play here?
I don't know, I watched it on the internet.
YouTube? Or?
I just downloaded it
Whenever
from
you
the
want.
Ice Films.
It's funny that, we've gotten so far out of that, when does it play? What do you mean, when does it play?
Well, it plays when I want to download it.
What does it matter? Well, I remember back when we were watching Voyager on Friday nights or whatever, we decide Nick ends up on the weekend shift, and so instead of doing it on Saturdays, we move it to Fridays. And my dad was like, well, how did you do that? I'm like, what do you mean? I just told everybody to show up on Friday instead. He's like, yeah, but doesn't your show play on Saturday? I'm like, no, the show plays when we want it to play.
Call the TV company and say, yeah, I'm going to watch it today.
This concept was completely foreign to him.
I mean, we tried Stargate Universe for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, we did.
That's what we were watching.
Yeah,
it was Universe.
No. Universe. We watched it as it came out, and we watched it as it aired. But that was the only show that we watched that we actually watched it on TV at the time that it aired on the TV.
Right.
All of the other shows that we watched, we just aired them on our own damn TV. So, anyhow, continuing on to
Yes.
Lord
People
Colberton
know
debating
this.
whether or not to actually trust us.
Yes, Lord Colberton.
Does he resolve down to, you seem trustworthy?
He nods at another guard, and another guard goes wandering off.
To wake up the sergeant. Awesome.
The guard never comes back.
They said he would speak to our determination.
The other guard comes back with the first guard's head.
The guard looks intimidated as he leaves. He says, well, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. I've sent for some informed parties. And who was the first guy he sent for was,
The dude from the Rangers Guild.
Cedric?
Mm-hmm.
And then he sent for the
sergeant. Poor sergeant.
I gave him context.
But yes, he said, well, we'll see what they say when they get here. In the interim, definitely you will be penning another letter. And you say you have some letters already? May I see them?
I do imagine. Yes.
Let me wow some nobles!
I'm gonna float them out of my
Sorry, you do what?
I float them out of my pouch.
I see your party has one extremely talentless wizard.
Oh.
He doesn't say that. He's not that mean. Not like me.
So this is what you learn in Wizards College. Right.
Ooh, floaty paper. Don't do that one near me. I
might get paper cuts.
So Lord Colberton looks at the script and he says, some sort of a demonic script, I think.
He's good.
Yes. He definitely sort of looks at it. Goes back to his chair. Goes to his writing table. Sort of rummages around a little bit. Pulls out a ring, puts it on, walks over. I slipped through the papers.
Ring of read languages. Clever.
Nah, it's like he's some powerful lord with access to whatever fuck magic item I want.
At least he's honest.
For the purposes of the story, he's easily able to read and identify them.
He reaches into the drawer and pulls out the plot device.
Careful, it's ticking.
But if I don't open it, who will?
Anyhow,
So
continue.
yes, he spends a few minutes sort of leafing through. He pulls one aside and sets it aside and leaves the rest.
Waiting patiently. Gritting teeth.
Whatever, he's doing his job.
Zanian, you should roll a d20, Jim.
We'll save.
16.
16. You managed not to be like, what the fuck? I was in danger!
You know, he knows due process, but at the same time, it's like, if you can stiff roll the due process, the realm is in danger, you mook!
When isn't it?
Everything's always in danger with you. Have some candlesticks.
We now understand which legitimate business he's in. He's not the butcher, he's not the baker, he's the candlestick maker.
No, he's the candlestick
Provider.
he's the middleman for the candlestick
That's
maker.
it, exactly. He doesn't make the candlesticks his own damn self.
I'm not a thief. I'm
That's-
a
He
relocator.
knows a guy who gets them for him at cost.
He knows a guy. What is that, statically charged?
It's the sticky part from the label.
It was glued to Mark's chest.
Anyhow,
Oh, Mark.
Object relocating
Continuing.
technician.
So yes, Lord Colberton basically rummages through all the letters until you hear... Put that away. You hear some approaching sounds and Cedric the ranger guy and your friend the sergeant, looking still slightly bedraggled, arrive. Let's see, it's been about 3 hours since you guys woke him up last time, I think. Well, let's see,
Well, no, because we did like...
there was time for Jim to go and bury the corpses.
Yeah.
Come back,
Yeah.
and you guys roamed the city a little bit
For an hour to
So,
get...
yeah, 3 or 4 hours since you guys last woke him up. So he's not quite, sleep deprived, but he still looks less than pleased about having been dragged to see his best friend Zanian.
I give him a hearty smile.
Super best friends.
Hi, buddy.
We're bestest buds.
Best
Bestest.
So he, Lord Colberton invites the sergeant to speak and say, "Well, Sergeant, I don't know how much you know about this, but
I know it all! They don't stop!
my good friend Sir Branchwell was killed recently just outside the city, and these folks have uncovered a plot by one of my ministers who's been partying this whole thing. Very disturbing. Anyway, they're proposing that they be the ones who be sent out of the city." He perks up at the mention of out of the city. Out of the city.
It's all he's hearing in his head. Out of the city.
Out of the city. Out of the city. Out of the city. Out of the city. Out of the city. Sleep.
Sleep, glorious sleep.
To determine who might have been responsible for this, but as I've had no dealings with them, I must rely on your judgment to advise me. Well, do you think they could handle it? Did you win?
It's a hard level.
Jim failed. What kind of...
I've been stuck on that level for like a month now.
A month?
Yeah.
God, why don't you just buy some candy crackers?
Because they have to spend money on the game. Are you nuts?
No.
Keep going.
No.
So, Lord Colberton basically says, you think I can trust these guys to... He said... So, Cedric pipes up and says that Richard is a valuable ranger and he's been doing good work even though he's new to the city, and his reports are always very thorough, and he can usually hit things with his axe, although not always. I hear he was...
One time!
One time! He almost killed those civilians during the first halfling fight. That first west side of halflings nearly caused more civilian casualties than halfling casualties. But yes.
Does he speak to the abilities he saw me perform? In the,
Yes, he speaks to the fact that he saw your guys, both of your magical talents. He doesn't know anything about Pock. I don't remember if he saw you guys do anything.
I don't think so.
Well, you had that whole big fight right beside his so he
true.
did presumably at least see some of all that shenanigans. So yes, he speaks to your general skill, and basically the sergeant can't stop singing your praises. Right? He gets up there, he's like, "Man, yeah, they're like thorough, and like these guys are just
So amazing.
What was the,
So great.
What was the word
So
that you
great.
used at Ray's wedding to describe
Bold.
it? Bold.
Bold.
Yes, they're bold.
They're very bold, and man, they take initiative. Boy, do they take initiative! You wouldn't believe the initiative these guys are capable. So yeah, he's laying it on like super thick. Right? He's just like, oh my god, yes!
Boy, that
Please
was
get
good.
them out of my fucking town.
Zadian rolled a 28 on his insight, so he's not completely taken by this, but he's like, yeah, I know he wants me out of his hair. Too bad.
Yeah, you guys understand his motivation, unless your insight rolls are extremely terrible. But Zanian specifically is like, I don't care. It gets me closer to my delicious relic.
I don't want to keep the damn thing.
Unless you already told
Zanian
it
doesn't, but Drax does. Drax is like, yeah, it's weird.
Nice.
After we got to that final dungeon, I thought for sure the relic would be there. And he's just like, what are you holding behind your back, Drax? Oh, nothing. Anyway, on an unrelated note, I have to go now. I'll see you guys later. Good luck in your future endeavors. So yes, the sergeant...
Alec.
I was looking at Burke, he's just like, oh.
You're not Zoe. Take the bottle out of your mouth.
No.
The whole thing won't fit in there, Mark.
So yes, the sergeant
Yeah,
basically can't stop
not
singing your praises.
No.
And he
Good, not Alec. Good.
he definitely... Lord Colberton appears very impressed by all of your...
Which is a good thing.
by all of your various to-doings. Is that...
Yes.
About that time, the first guard arrives with Kipper, who was the first... That's what he actually went
That's
to.
what it was.
And Lord Colberton spends some time questioning him about the whole Thieves Guild thing. Anyway, he goes over the whole big thing, gets a bunch of information out of Kipper, and every time Kipper pauses and looks like he doesn't want to answer the questions, he just sort of looks over at Zanian, shudders, looks back at Lord Colberton, and keeps answering questions. So anyway, he's just...
with Zanian standing on one side, I move to the opposite side so that no matter which direction he looks, he's got one of us. So he has to stare straight into Lord Colberton's eyes as he speaks.
Kipper looks very intimidated. And yes, he just, basically talks about, all the stuff the Thieves Guild is doing. Much of it which you guys don't give a shit about. But basically what it turns out what happened is, they got the description of the dude that was carrying the sword and killed him. You know, straight up. Same thing with what happened with his friend Sir Branchwell, and you know he gets all sorts of details. So
wait, the Thieves Guild killed the guy with the sword, but I thought that. Oh, never mind. I was confusing Sir Ronald with the guy who carried the sword.
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. Sir Ronald was.
Sir Ronald was the guy who informed you guys about the fact that the sword had been stolen.
Right.
But basically, the thieves that carried out the killing didn't really they'd been told, oh yeah, watch out for a guy like this. So they killed him, grabbed his crap, threw it in a pile, and didn't tell anybody about it.
Right.
Which is why nobody knew that the sword was there, sitting in this pile of random loot. It just got lost in the shuffle because nobody had told the leader about the fact that they'd killed one of the guys on his little mystical list.
Right.
Anyway, so Lord Colberton, having been convinced by the effusive praises of
Sergeant, who still we don't know his name.
yes, it's never been mentioned.
It never has
been. And also the ranger captain. Basically, he says, "Well, rarely do I see a group of adventurers so well spoken of. Usually, the respect of my guards is very hard won, but."
Yes. Respect.
Don't forget, the guards around him appear very confident. The guards in the city appear to be the bottom of the barrel schmucks. And then one sergeant. One probably very overworked sergeant. So yes, I believe you could serve as my representatives in this case. Should you be able to bring back the information about who orchestrated the killing of my friend Sir Branchwell, I would be disposed to reward you handsomely. And you, Paladin, would be free to do whatever you wish with that sword, since it is a relic of your order. I care nothing for it. You may have it.
Zany is rather confused that Lord Corbleton never thought that he was going to even see the sword.
Don't forget, nobles are very...
Oh, yes.
He would never have occurred to him that you wouldn't be bringing him back the sword for him to bestow upon you or something like that. So for him it seems very generous that, yes, why, you wouldn't even have to bring it back to me. You could just take care of it properly.
Who says we're even coming back here?
Well, he is predisposed to reward you handsomely. So,
Justice is its own reward.
Hawk will be back, Drax will be back.
I love Justice.
Kara will be
Justice
back.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Richard will
Match
be
sounds
back.
good.
Reward?
I don't say no to free stuff.
Free stuff is pretty sweet.
Yeah, seeing as we haven't seen any yet this campaign.
Exactly.
Right.
Free stuff would be even more impressive. So yes, he says, I can give you some papers that say that you're acting on my behalf.
Letters of marque, basically.
Yeah, basically. I mean, in this area, they would give you some official capacity. I thought you were raising your hand.
Nope.
But outside of these walls, my power is limited. So, but they still may help you depending on
Did we ever get the name of the town to the east that they were delivering the letters to?
Yes, it's Aldville. Aldville.
Like ALD?
Yes. ALDVILLE.
Okay.
And the inn was the Wild Pony, that's where the what?
Okay.
What?
It's the Fluttershy.
Fluttershy Inn.
There's no
Fluttershy
Fluttershy
Inn.
Inn. It's not pony related. You're not going to Ponyville. Don't worry.
So Brony Town.
There's this weird crossover. It's like we meet Pinkie Pie.
I punched
Zane
the
just
pony.
cleanses it. It's like, horses should not speak, and just keeps going.
Abominations.
It was a Control-Delete comic, I think, where they're basically like these ponies are like, yeah, we love being ponies, hopping around, and then all of a sudden you just see this like something come down and crush them. There's this huge crater. And then basically it zooms back out, and there's a guy, and it's playing one of these, like, phone games where it's like, poke the screen to destroy things, and he's just crushing ponies over and over and over. I was like, "Aw, poor ponies."
Anyhow, so we have to go to the Wild Pony in Aldville. Yeah,
Pony in it.
Zanian is waiting for Colberton to shut his mouth so that they can leave.
Well, Lord Colberton says, before you go, we'll have to produce one of these letters so that you guys can have something to present.
Post haste.
And so, yes, he basically grabs Lord Arnold, drags him over to his desk, sits him
Makes him
down,
write down.
and says,
Makes him scribe.
"Compose one now." And so Lord Arnold sits there. He basically, you see him writing. Yes, he's not typing. He doesn't have a postmodern typewriter.
Ding!
Steampunk typewriter from the other campaign.
But yes, basically he produces one of these letters.
And tells us where he usually delivers them.
Yeah, the Wild Pony.
Yes, the Wild Pony.
Okay.
Pay attention. The Wild Pony.
It went right above her head.
It's right.
He did.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
Yep.
Short jokes. So that's the kind of shenanigans we're going to get into. Better than last week.
Just a little one.
So yes.
She said.
Just because the jokes were at my expense.
So Lord Arnold actually writes up a letter, and there was already one describing Zanian, so he writes up one describing Drax. Figuring, well, Lord Colvin figures it may help you, it may not, depending on what plays out. So he writes out a letter describing Drax. Does Drax have like a staff or something like that?
Oh yeah,
There you go.
very very nice looking one too.
Drax has a very nice looking staff that is not actually magical, but according to this letter, it is.
Yeah.
No, it inspires magical ability in people who have magical ability. It was the stone that I found in the mine that I picked up and that had me do something magical the first time.
According to this letter, basically, he writes that he carries the magical force staff of such and such kind of thing, so that it lends legitimacy to. So if anyone saw you, they'd be like, "There's the magical staff." Of course, if somebody actually looked
Making
at
bullshit up and using you as bait.
they would.
Yep.
Basically.
So we get Drax to hand in the letter.
I heard there's a magic dude here. What needs to take this letter?
No, I was
That'd be
instructed to
like-
deliver this letter because he doesn't know what's in the letter.
It's like that movie
That's like
there where
Cole-
it's like, please kill the
Messenger.
bearer of this
Bearer of
letter.
this
Yeah.
No, it was like Cole who walked into town, saw a wanted poster with his face on
It
it.
wasn't
but he-
Cole, it was Josh. He was playing a barbarian half-elf.
But he wasn't Cole.
Oh, I thought, okay.
No.
All right, he was playing a barbarian half-elf, but he was his character was illiterate. So he walks into town, sees a wanted poster with his face on it. He's like, "Hey, it's me!" Takes the wanted poster down, starts running around, going, "Hey, look, it's me! It's me!"
I'm famous in this town.
And then he dies.
I hope you go to the shitty town where I'm a hero.
The worst part is, I didn't tell him it was one poster. I said it's a picture with your
he
your
knew.
likeness on
He
it.
knew.
Josh knew, but I never said one poster. He was like, "Wow, look, I'm famous. Look at me. This is me. This is me." Wait, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
How do you spell reward? So he actually got killed by like a
Yes.
mob of villagers.
Yep, that's how the campaign started. Everyone died.
Oh, yeah, right. That's right.
Oh, that was
That's
the
yeah.
that was the one where it's like someone found a gold coin
Yep.
and a tree fell on them.
Yeah.
Corey.
Sorry.
Someone came across this like a level 8 encounter Slade, and they're like, "I shoot an arrow, you're dead." That's all I said. I was like, "I shoot it, you're dead." No,
It's too late. You've angered the gazebo.
pretty much. So yes, moving on.
So yes, Lord Colberton basically forces this guy to write a letter, and then, like, after the letter is written, grabs him by the scruff of the neck again, picks him up, shoves him off to one of the guards, points out of the room somewhere, and he gets hauled off. He points at Kipper, and he gets hauled off, and basically...
I would request you be lenient on the half thing. He did provide assistance and uncover the letters for us.
Protest that.
It's true.
But he was mean to me in the past!
No. It's
He's a dirty
Drax
thief,
doesn't
but
care.
he did help.
Drax doesn't care, but I thought that Kara had.
I
a big
hope
thing.
he gets his just desserts. is what I'm hoping for.
But yeah, Kara doesn't have anything, unfortunately, to say, like. But he stole my stuff. 10 years ago.
I have no way of proving it, so
It's the
She
Newman.
understands
he's
the
been
lead.
arrested, and that's good enough for me.
It's her Newman.
Right, but you're trying to get him leniency. She should feel like you didn't help that much, you know.
She probably says it under her breath.
She's not as spiteful as Drax.
No.
But yes, basically, Lord Colberton, much like the other guy, sort of says, "Well, I suppose we can take that into account if he helped you guys get rid of that dirty halfling nest." Hawk is like, "Yeah, I see you're a fellow halfling racist. Excellent. Do you guys want to like get drinks or something? Talk about how much we hate halflings."
Should we make a club?
The Lord's like, not only am I a member, I founded it.
There already is a club. There's a halfling hating guild in this town.
Awesome. Where do I sign
What do
up?
I do to join?
You're already a member.
I just made my day, my dream.
Great, now get out.
Moving on.
So he then sits down himself and pens the letter of introduction / mark, basically, and sends you guys on your way to the next stage to hopefully clear out Aldville and find out what the hell's going on. So,
Before we leave, I asked the Lord if there is, since we're helping him out with this and helping him get to the bottom of the people who killed his best friend or close friend,
some guy you do.
right? But if he could help us, perhaps get some equipment for our journey.
Supplies.
He's like, well, I suppose. Well, what sort of stuff do you need?
Food.
I explained that we need.
The
He's like, the kitchens will be. The dwarf is like, food. We need food. Here, take this halfling. And moving on.
No, eat that.
I explained that aside from the regular travel rations and things that you need to travel between cities, we could also potentially use
Maps.
like maybe a mule or something to help carry our stuff,
Nonsense.
or
Perhaps horses.
whatever. I don't know.
Well, Drax is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Modest in his request.
Zane is not.
We could use a mule.
Yeah.
A mule, perhaps.
And then replacement for some of our lower end weapons, in case we get ambushed along the path.
He says,
We have pretty modest equipment as it is, and with the bandits that are out there, it might be helpful if we could at least.
well, the quality of gear you have appears to be approximately what we have here. I don't see that there's anything, but certainly I could provide you with horses. Yeah, Zanian is looking all buffed up in his stolen armor,
Acquired.
corpse looted armor, corpse looted.
You acquired armor?
He corpse looted it.
Rather
Yes.
Waterdeep.
He
right.
bought it. He bought it in the actual character creation, but in his background story, Brother Waterdrop was killed, and Jim inherited his armor, basically. He's like, well, yes. So anyway, he says he can provide you with rations and horses, but that the gear that they have kicking around the castle is appears to be about as good as everything you have. That wouldn't really help it all that much.
Horses will make the journey far easier, and that is all we need. Thank you. We must leave by nightfall.
Zanian set the timetable.
The sergeant looks extra
The sergeant
pleased.
looks extra.
Take my horse, please.
I'll escort them down to the stables right now, my lord. Get them all sorted out. And
A commendation should be given to your sergeant. Truly, he knows where things lie.
truly, he is the most patient of men.
Must not kill the tiefling. Must not kill the tiefling.
The sergeant is sitting there like twitch.
You just got complimented by you.
Yes. So yes, he basically says to Lord Copeland that he'll get you guys squared away. And Lord Copeland says, yes. get them what they need, and see them off. And should you return victorious, I'm certain we can find something deserving of your efforts.
Justice is all that is needed. Badges for all.
He just mutters under his breath while he's going out to get the free horses. So yes, you guys get taken down to the stables. Pockman does not steal anything on the way, but just barely.
Really? Like not even an ashtray? Like...
Look, a leprechaun. You sure see a lot of leprechauns.
Short sword from the guard.
Yeah, try to steal a sword from the guard. That won't go wrong.
I want to steal his pants.
I steal his legs.
I mean,
The girl
Make it the
resheathes
stable.
his sword.
How did you even steal his underwear? That's impossible.
You guys make it to the stable.
I'm just that good.
He stole yours, didn't he?
so yeah,
Mind blown.
we're at the stable.
Yeah, you guys get to the stable, and basically the sergeant sort of introduces you to the group and says, look, just give them whatever horses don't belong to Lord Culverton, and, send them on their way. Give them tack, and you, boy, he points to a random kid hanging around the stable, run and get them rations. And the kid looks very intimidated and takes off, running towards what you presume is the kitchen. So yes, basically the stable hands loot up a bunch of crap for you. You guys get some horses. You get a pony.
Yay,
you
pony.
get a pony.
And you get a pony. And you
You
get a
get
horse.
very big horses.
Yeah.
You get a normal sized horse, and so do you.
She's technically a heavy chain
So two big
saddlebags.
horses, two normal horses, and two tiny horses.
and a Shetland pony.
And I'm gonna call mine Clip Clop.
Clip Clop lives on.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then I also make
you
sure
also
that
get tack and stuff like that, and
what's tack?
tack is like
Gear.
reins, saddle,
Horse fixins.
horse fixings.
Yes.
Right. I make sure that we also get anything that we would need to set up camp for the night in case this town is.
They don't have these at the stables.
No, but if they're sending stable boys to go out and get shit,
Okay.
they're sending stable boys to go out and get shit. I see if I can swing getting us some stuff to make camp.
You guys don't have stuff to make camp.
Adventure Kit has all that
You
stuff.
don't have an
Yeah.
You didn't buy an adventure
Yeah,
kit?
but I'm figuring they might have the better encampment stuff.
He wants the super fancy tent.
There's no super fancy tent.
No.
No, they don't have any super fancy tents.
Adventures Kit XL.
Yeah, they don't have any
I'm getting anything I can of these.
At this
guys,
point,
basically.
Drax is like, oh, and we'll take that water bottle, and the stable boys are like, who the fuck is this guy? The sergeant is like, just give it to
Don't
him.
ask questions. Just do it.
But they don't have any super tents, unfortunately for you.
When we get to the outskirts of town, because it's going to happen,
Right.
Zanian is going to shake the hand of the sergeant, whether he wants it or not, and tell him to keep up the good work, as he's the only competent guard that Zanian did see within the walls of Culverton.
But he's good. So yes, you guys get loaded up. The kid arrives with a bunch of bundles of food, which he sort of distributes, and you manage to truck out, out of there fairly well loaded with, what you need to run the horses. They give you some fodder and like some oats and stuff like that, some food for the horses. And food for yourselves, but yes, no super tents for Drax.
Cart
Okay.
for my wares.
Can I at least get some kindling and stuff so that we don't have to spend so much time in the forest
I
chopping
can
trees?
make
things?
explorer's fire, which is awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know that yet.
It's true, he doesn't. He doesn't know what kind of crazy
Why
crap you
wouldn't
learn
you?
at university.
Why wouldn't what?
Why wouldn't you? You're like brother and sister. You've known
Right.
each other.
She
And
hasn't.
we haven't seen each other for 4 years. She went to Mages College.
She went away to
learned how
Mages
impress
College,
the
and he was
nobles.
like,
We need not these things. Evander will provide what we need as we travel.
yes. Drax is trying to get them to give him twigs, and the stable boys are like, we don't have twigs. Come on! You must have some kind of kindling around here in this stable. One of them hands you a...
Can't you breathe fire?
Yeah, that's
One of them hands you
I'm
a,
not going to set fire
a horse
to nothing.
apple.
I'm not just
there
going
you
to
go.
a random tree.
Burn that.
Well, that's why he didn't ask for flint and tinder.
Right. I didn't ask for
So,
tinderbox.
you said you guys want a fire, right? There we go.
That
This
is how
birch
that's going
tree
to
will
work.
serve nicely.
But yes, no. The reason I'm asking these things is because I figure that from the stables is probably where they prep to send any group that's going to go out of the city. So likely in and around the stables, they would have all the stuff that is needed anytime that they send a group of, guards or.
Yeah, you aren't able to convince them to provide you with any kindling, but you guys could work that. Richard, the super woodsman, can probably find you some trees.
Use his axe for something constructive.
He does have
Definitely.
some. He does have some axing abilities, which he can use to chop some things.
Hey, you can't blame me for trying.
Drax is basically like free stuff. Oh yeah, come on! There's like some kindling.
Drax is like Sacha Baron Cohen from Les Mis.
Oh god.
But yes, Drax did manage to get us horses. Off we go.
No, Drax tried to get a mule. Xanian suggested the horses.
We ride east.
Yes.
We'll probably
So
get guys there tonight.
Yeah.
Yes,
9.
that's a good time to attend. So you guys basically will cut it off
We ride off into the sunset.
just before you ride into the sunset. As you get to the gate, basically the sergeant sort of looks at you guys and says, "Well,
Finally get a good night's sleep.
goodbye, then." And he goes to leave, but Xanian interrupts him and says, "You're the only guy around here that knows what the fuck's going on."
Yep.
And he looks slightly mollified, but still mostly disgruntled and happy to see you. Can't see the back of you, basically.
At least he'll never forget us.
That's very true. The time that you guys spent in this town is definitely burned into his memory.
He'll relive it in his next.
It's like, Lieutenant, it's like, I'm going off to bed.
Yeah, I see I've been promoted to lieutenant.
And
Or whatever the